Alright, what's up everybody? Zinc here today, and we're gonna be talking about Path of Exile 2, baby. Path of Exile 2, baby. Let's go. So it releases, early access releases November 15th, and boy am I excited. I'm new to Path of Exile as well, but dude, just looking at it, I come from Souls, so the integration of the Souls into it, the dodge mechanics, everything, it looks so fascinating, so satisfying. It looks great, and I can't wait. Now, there'll be 12 character classes, and that'll include the warrior, ranger, huntress, sorceress, mercenary, monk, druid, and the witch. And obviously, that's not 12, that's 8. And so as of right now, we don't know the other 4 classes. I'd like to think that a paladin would be among the bunch, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, any class can use any skill gems. How it works, as I've watched in the gameplay, is the gems are now uncut gems, and you have to like cut the skills onto the gems, and it's called gem cutting. So there's like a menu almost like Diablo 2 with all the skills, and you can basically cut whatever gem you want or skill you want on whatever gem you have. And I believe you can only do that once though, so it's dependent upon if you find more like uncut gems, if you can put more skills onto them to put on other weapons, I believe. Because of that, your inventory isn't going to be full of skill gems all over the place. If you're trying to save them or have to get them later on, it would probably be unlocked by level, I'm assuming. We don't know yet, but we're going to find that stuff out too. And on top of that, you can now dual specialize your passive skill tree, being able to switch through 2 unique styles of combat, which I think is a plus. Because now you're not just one press button Andy, just do just one button all the time in Path of Exile 1. Not that that's bad, but you know, it's definitely nice to integrate, have more, bro. Just more to do and more to use. It feels funner. It'll be on all platforms, of course. Well, besides Switch, of course. And the campaign will be 6 acts instead of the 10 in Path of Exile 1. I believe early access is going to come out with 3 first, and then the other 3 will be released later on. Maybe it'll be dropped as it's as early access is happening. Excited to find out. As shown in some gameplay, GGG has released the synergies of skills. I think is super neat. It's not like Diablo 2 in that you use a skill to buff a skill. It's not like that. It's like basically, say you casted a firewall and then shot projectiles through the wall, and the projectiles that like shot through that wall, they get buffed with the fire that's in the firewall, and they get more damage and extra fire damage, and they synergize together to work together basically. And so I feel like we'll see a branch of creativity as players pick different skills to synergize with each other and work with each other. And I'm definitely curious to see how it works, and I hope that they lean into that. Because I feel like all the character classes, there'll be a lot of unique builds and things you can do, and it'll give everyone their unique sense in the world and a lot of stuff to share and things to learn. I feel like that would be really dope. So to access the early access, you'll have to purchase one of the supporter packs containing a key, and in about a month we'll know what the new supporter packs are. And I believe that is like Fall of Oriath. I don't know if that's Path of Exile 1. I'm a little bit new, so enlighten me if you guys see this. I'd like to know. And players that meet a threshold of lifetime support in Path of Exile 1 will be invited to participate in early access without having to purchase a key from those supporter packs. I believe the threshold is like $400 or something around there, something like that. Don't take it from me for sure, but if you could also just buy a supporter pack when that comes out, I think it'll be roughly like $30 or $40. So we could all play the early access. It'd be cool. GGG has created a well-respected, deserved reputation of bringing us more than an average game with Path of Exile, with leagues that continue to impress other ARPG fans with its depth and ability to keep its player base for the longevity. So to me, having to pay for the early access is no big deal, and I'm more than happy to. I still can't believe Path of Exile is a free game. It baffles me. That's just unbelievable. I mean, mind you, you do need your stash tabs towards the end, but you could run through the campaign with multiple characters and get to the end and not have to worry about that at all. The value for time that you get with the game is beyond worth it. It's insane. Hours and hours and hours. You don't have to spend anything. Like, really. You do later on, but you don't for a while. Early access is estimated to last 6 to 12 months. Maybe longer. There will be downtime in between large patches and when the game is being launched. So I think that'll be the only time there's going to be any type of leeway where we couldn't play. Oh, also, all the microtransactions that are in Path of Exile 1 that aren't like specific to the game will be carried over to Path of Exile 2. So that includes stash tabs, that includes and cosmetics, and whatever the hell else. Path of Exile 2 will be cross-platform and cross-project. Path of Exile 2 will also be cross-platform and cross-progression, so all the homies can play together. Anybody you want basically can play together, even if you're on Xbox, PC, PlayStation. You could actually start a character on PlayStation and finish it on Xbox and play it later, all that. It'll also bring couch co-op, so the homies, whoever, literally, which is, I think it's dope because it's bringing back that classic vibe that I feel like a lot of games don't even care about nowadays, which I think is crazy. I feel like if we did split screen before, why don't we just keep doing it, because it works, it's fun. I don't feel like it takes that much to add that to the game. I'm not 100% sure because I don't develop games, but I feel like it doesn't take that much. It's like we take away things and then make the game more expensive. Makes absolutely no sense. So I think it's awesome they're bringing couch co-op, and I believe it's going to work like they'll have like pre-built builds, so if you don't have a character or play by yourself, then you can still play with your friends. Like say I pick up a controller and I want to play, then there'll be some builds that are already there for me to select, unless I have a character that I could just bring in already. There'll be WASD support. Now, I've only played ARPGs on console, which is crazy. I know people are gonna be like, what the fuck? You don't play ARPGs, bro. Blah, blah, blah. No mouse and keyboard? That's crazy. But yeah, no, I just haven't yet. And I think it's dope. I think it should be that way. I mean, if they want to bring the game into the console world more, I feel like analog sticks, WASD, those things are important. And being able to switch, who cares then? You know what I mean? You can switch. The focus on combat definitely seems to be switching the vibe to more grit, more customizable experience that gives bosses even more mechanics, and giving iframes to your players. So creates real-time dodging, and it in turn creates a very responsive, well thought out fight on focusing on attacks, on knowing when to dodge, instead of it just being a full numbers game. Instead of like me getting my buffed character and getting gear, maybe you could actually beat bosses without having good gear, because now we can dodge, which is ideal to me. They also want to tone down the full screen blasting mania madness of the first game, and they want to be able to like basically see everything that you got going on. Maybe it does get crazy in the end, I'm sure it will, but just not as bad. And the flash system is not the same as the first game. You don't refill the flask by just killing enemies and just murking shit. They refill by going back to your hub, so it's kind of old school. I heard just by watching videos and research that players are kind of lukewarm on that, and I feel like it's probably going to change. I don't know exactly to what, but maybe just adding more drops out in the land so you sustain life better, like many people have said before. Another thing to note, skills seem to be locked to certain weapons as of right now. So say you get your mace and you have an uncut gem and you put the skill on the uncut gem to use on the mace. That doesn't mean that that gem could be used on, say, a sword that you find later on that maybe does better damage and you want to upgrade. Now you might not be able to upgrade. So probably that might change, or maybe you find enough gems to just have enough skills to put on everything. Maybe that, or maybe you don't and you just replay the game and that is how it is. Maybe it's a little hardcore like that. We'll just have to find out. So there's also brand new animations with every class, as in literally the animations of you attacking the character and stuff like that. And I think they look fucking awesome. They're so clean. They're so dope. There's like one where, like, I think the Huntress or something like that, she's like backflipping over and shooting something in the ground. I don't know. It all looks so fucking dope. So that's pretty much all I got right now. I'm really excited for November 15th. I can't wait. I'm going to lose my life like I already have been in this fucking genre of great games. So hopefully if you guys want to watch me get addicted and basically just lose my life, you know, you could tune in at Twitch. I'll leave that down there. And you guys subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.